Hi, I've been asked to do this question. This is from Mock 2 Paper 1 Practice Booklet, question 133. So, an arithmetic sequence has first term 8 and common difference 11. The sequence has k terms where k is greater than 21. The sum of the last 20 terms of the sequence is 10,170. Find the value of k. Show clear algebraic working. Okay. So we can write down our formulae. So we know that an equals a1 plus n minus 1 times d. So this is for a sequence. So like if you wanted the 20th number in the sequence, you put 20 instead of n. A1 is the first term and d is the difference. N is the number of the term you're looking for. Now for a sequence, or sorry, for a series, so a series is a sequence of numbers added together, alright? So it's the sum of the sequence. So here the series Sn equals n over 2 times 2 times a1 plus n minus 1 times d. So it's quite similar. Okay, so if you want to add the first 10 terms of a sequence, so we call that a series where you actually add them together. So if you want to add the first 10 terms, you just put 10 instead of n. So a1 equals the first term, n equals the number of terms, and then d is the difference between the terms. So because this is arithmetic, or linear if you want, you're going to have the same difference each time. Alright. So we're told what? Well, we're told the first term is 8. So we know a1 equals 8. We're told the common difference is 11. So that equals 11. The number of terms is k. We're not actually told that. K. And that's what we have to find out. We have to find out how many terms. Okay. Now we're told there are k terms. So we have no idea what that means at this stage. All we know that is k is bigger than 21. So the number of terms, you're going to have the first term, the second term, the third term, the fourth term, the dot dot dot. Eventually you'll have the kth term, okay? So you'll have the first term, the second term, you'll have the third term, the fourth, and you'll have whatever, the kth term. What does that mean? It means you might have like a load of terms like this. You might have 7, 11, 15, 19, dot dot dot. So you can see the difference is 4 here. I don't know. So the kth term could be, it could be something like that, 415, right? That's all that it means. So you're just going to have a large number of terms. We don't know what the terms are. This is just an example, for example. Okay, so we have k terms. Now, we're told the sum of the last 20 terms in the sequence is 10,170. So the last 20 is going to be 10,170. So interesting. So how can that help us? Well, okay, if I can move this in a second, we'll just make some space here. Okay, so basically the last 20 terms. So the last two terms is going to be k minus 1th and kth. So the last 20 terms, you're going to have something like the k minus 19th term, the k minus 18th term, and then eventually you're going to have the k minus 1th term, which is the second last, and then the kth term. Okay, maybe you don't understand that, so I'll just make it more obvious for you. So eventually you're going to get down to the k minus 1th term, so that's the term before the last term, and then you're going to have the kth term, right? So whatever, it obviously is going to be 411. This is just an example, as I said. Now, we're told the last 20 terms add to this. So we're told that we obviously have 20 terms here. These 20 terms sum equals 10170. Right, we're told that here. The last 20 is that. Okay, cool. So what can we do? Well, we have a formula here which adds everything up. So we could say, if we get the sum of all k terms, yeah, and then if we get the sum of all the terms, so we get the sum of all k terms, okay, so that's going to be sk. So if we get that, and then if we get the sum of all the terms up until the k minus 19th term, so that would be the k minus 20th term. So if we get the sum from the first term to the k minus 20th, so what's that going to be? It's going to be s of k minus 20. Well, if we get the blue, the sk, all the terms, and we get the sum of the first k minus 20 terms, which will bring us up to here, we can take the k minus 20 sum away from the sum of k, and that should be the same as 10170. Okay, so you can see this here is 10170, and we know that the sum of the first k minus 20 terms plus 10170, that's the same as the sum of all of the terms. Alright, so I might color coordinate that just so it makes it a bit more clear for you. Not the easiest topic in the world, but you can definitely do it. I'll make this kind of purple. Alright, there you go. So the green plus the purple is equal to the blue, right? The sum of all the terms plus the sum of the first k minus 20 minus the first k minus 20 terms gives you the sum of the last 20 terms, which we already have, but we'll have it in algebra and we can put it equal to the number. So you'll see what I mean now in a second. So let's get the sum of the first of all from the first term to the last term, alright? So it's going to be sk. sk equals, so this is going to be all terms, the sum of all terms. So I'll put the sum of all. So sk equals k over 2 times 2. Now what's a1? I think it was 8. Yeah. 2 times 8 plus, oh, n is just k minus 1 times d, the difference is 11. Alright, so that equals k over 2 times 2 times 8 is 16 plus 11k minus 11. So that equals k over 2 times 16. Sorry, I don't need to do that again because I'm actually cleaning this up. So it's k over 2 16 minus 11 is 5 plus 11k. Alright, cool. So we'll move on. Now, so that's the sum of the first k term. We can't really do anything with that. So we kind of, I'll kind of cloud that so that we know that that's important. So that's the sum of the first k terms. Now, we have to get the sum of the first k minus 20 terms. Okay, so let's do that. So I'll do that in dark green. So the sum of the first k minus 20 terms. Okay, so that's going to be s of k minus 20. Be a little bit more complicated, but not too bad. So we have k minus 20 over 2 times 2 times 8 plus, so instead of k we have k minus 20. K minus 20 minus 1 times 11. So that is going to be k minus 20 over 2 times 16 plus 11k. Now, minus 20 minus 1 is minus 21. Minus 21 times 11 is minus 231. And then we just clean this up. So that equals k minus 20 over 2. And in brackets, we can clean that up. It's going to be 11k minus 215. Minus 215. And that's it. Alrighty, so whatever, I'll cloud that. So now we have an expression for the sum of the first k minus 20 terms, and we have an expression for the sum of all the terms. So if we take the sum of the first k minus 20 terms away from the sum of all the terms, we'll have an expression for the sum of the last 20 terms. Okay, and then we'll just put that equal to 10170, which we're told it's equal to, and then we just solve it. So let's do that. And we'll put this in purple. So sum of last 20 terms is going to be whatever sk minus sk minus 20. Alright, I better put that as a... Okay, I'll just rewrite that. I'll rewrite it. Just I'm just going to put this down here. That's probably easier. Okay, so we're going to get the sum of the first 20, or for all terms minus the sum of the first k minus 20 terms. So just kind of erase that. That's better. So now you can follow. Right, let's get on with it. So we got k over 2. So k over 2 times 5 plus 11k minus k over 20, or sorry, k minus 20 over 2, bracket 11k minus 215. Alright, now let's make that k a bit more obvious. Now, we know that the sum of the last 20 terms is 10,170 because we're told it in the question. But here we now have an expression for the last 20 terms, so we can put that equal to 10,170. Alright, we have one unknown, which is k, so we can solve this. So that implies, well, what do we not like here? That's k over 2, that's k minus 20 over 2. So let's get rid of the halves. So we'll multiply all the way across by 2. So we're going to get, that implies k plus 5, 11k minus k minus 20 over 2. Sugar. It's not over 2, that's why I want to get rid of that. Apologies. So it's going to be k minus 20 times 11k minus 215 equals, well, we multiply everything here by 2, so we've got to do the same here. So that's going to go to 2340. Alright. Now, you might say, well, what are we going to do here? We'll just multiply it out. So that implies 5k plus 11k squared minus k times that is 11k squared. So our k squared is going to cancel, that's a good thing. Minus k times this is plus 215k. So here we have minus 20 is plus 20. 20 times 11k is plus 220k. So just watch out for that double negative, very, very hard to see, okay? Then we have minus 20 is positive 20. 20 times minus 215 is minus 4300. And that equals 20340. So that implies, so let's collect like terms. 11k squared cancels with minus 11k squared. And then let's get the k's. So we have 5k plus 215k, that's 220k. Plus another 220k is 440k. So that implies 440k. So k is the number of values in the series. And then we have minus 4,300 equals 20340. So that implies 440k equals this plus this. When you bring it across, it's plus. So it's 24640. So you just do that. So k equals 24640 over 440. Alright, you do that on your calculator and you get your answer. But anyway, I'll do it by hand. 0 divides with 0. 4 definitely divides into this. So 44 divided by 4 is 11. 2,464 divided by 4 is 616. And then when you do that out, you're going to get equals 56. So we have 56 terms. Now, there are a couple of other ways of doing this. They are a little bit shorter, but you really need to understand both series and sequences, and also be able to use them with each other. Not just be able to do sequences and series, but actually be able to get an expression for a series and then use that with a sequence and work backwards to get the value that you're looking for. So I'm just going to show you this way, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So again, we had our line at the start. So we just said all the terms added together Yeah, we add them all up, and then we said, well, if we got the first k minus 20 terms and took that away from the sum of all the terms, that would give us an expression for the sum of the last 20 terms. And we know what they equal. So if we've got that expression and put it equal to 10170, we could find out what k is. Okay, again, just practice and this will make sense.